What's the best way to lower risk in an EB-5 investment? Choosing a project with low sunk financing costs is a great protection to ensuring a timely repayment of an EB-5 investment. So what is a sunk cost? A sunk cost is money that has already been spent and cannot be recovered. Therefore, a sunk financing cost is an expenditure directly related to the funding of a project which cannot be recouped, such as interest costs or origination fees. So, why is minimizing sunk financing costs important? A successful real estate project heavily relies upon both timing the market and minimizing costs, specifically with regard to financing. Projects with the worst financial structures can still be successful if they time the market well. However, projects with poor financial structures that do not time the market well are exposed and often default or fail. This happened to many EB-5 developments during COVID. If there is an economic downturn and a developer is about to default on the senior loan, it has the option to either invest more equity or let the project default. If the developer has too high sunk financing costs or debt to repay, then it very well may decide it's not worth investing more equity and will then turn the keys over to the bank. The senior lender will first cover its losses and recover its funds before an EB-5 investor sees a dime. However, if the developer has been able to build the project at a low enough cost and has inexpensive financing in place, then it is likely to invest more equity and wait out the bad times in hopes of turning a profit in the future. Although we can do our best to estimate, nobody has a crystal ball to predict when is the ideal time to commence a new project. Therefore, it's important to mitigate risk by controlling what we can by ensuring as low costs to construct and finance the project as possible. The sad reality is many EB-5 investors do not realize what level of sunk financing costs their project sustains, certainly not alleviated by third-party regional centers. Since sunk financing costs can ultimately make or break a project, let's evaluate how much sunk cost a third-party regional center burdens a project with. The interest that a third-party regional center charges is a fixed sunk cost for the project. The project has spent that money and cannot recover it. A third-party regional center will typically loan an EB-5 capital to a project at about 9% per year and pay the EB-5 investors less than 1%. This is at least an 8% delta retained by the regional center, an added cost to the project's cash flow that doesn't benefit EB-5 investors. Over the 5-year duration of a typical EB-5 loan, the EB-5 capital now costs the project 40% more due to the delta retained by the third-party regional center. If the EB-5 capital is 35% of the capital stack, the third-party regional center is adding 14% to the project's total cost from the interest delta retained by the regional center. A vertically integrated regional center and developer that deploys genuine low-cost EB-5 capital instead of expensive EB-5 debt can greatly minimize the expenditures of the project through reduced sunk financing costs. The benefit of EB-5 capital is that investors are willing to earn a lower return in exchange for a green card. This benefit should be used to lower risk for every partner in the project by lowering the overall project cost. With a lower cost, the project has a higher margin at any given sales or rental price. Needless to say, no investment can ever be 100% risk-free or safe, so we try to mitigate risk as much as possible so the project has the best chances to be successful. Our vertically integrated structure as a regional center and developer with DC partners has yielded 100% success in repaying EB-5 investments in full, as well as project approval rates for both the conditional and permanent green cards. A vertically integrated regional center and developer will likely have a healthier financial structure with less sunk financing costs than third-party regional centers. This positions the project to weather the storms that others can't. Please contact our team to learn more about our background, projects, and the right way to do EB-5.